In a world of constant noise, endless distractions, and relentless pressure, we've lost touch with the very essence of what it means to be human. We chase success, validation, and happiness as if they were commodities to be acquired, all while feeling increasingly empty, anxious, and disconnected. But what if the answer to our deepest longing isn't found in the next self-help book, productivity hack, or mindfulness app? What if the wisdom we seek has been surrounding us all along, patiently waiting for us to notice? Today, we embark on a journey that could challenge everything you think you know about personal growth and fulfillment. We'll explore a truth so fundamental, so universally accessible, that it has the power to heal even the most wounded spirit and awaken even the most cynical mind. This is not just another feel-good video filled with platitudes and empty promises. This is an invitation to rediscover your place in the grand tapestry of existence, to realign yourself with the rhythms that have guided life on this planet for billions of years. Whether you're a hardened skeptic or a seeker of truth, I challenge you to open your mind to the possibility that the natural world holds the key to unlocking your fullest potential. Why is this perspective so profoundly healing? Because it offers us a way out of the isolating prison of our own minds. In our modern world, we've become detached from the very systems that sustain us, viewing ourselves as separate from nature rather than an integral part of it. This disconnection lies at the root of so much of our suffering, our feelings of inadequacy, our fear of failure, our constant striving for more. But when we truly internalize the lessons nature offers, we experience a radical shift in perspective. Suddenly, our problems don't seem so insurmountable. Our fears lose their grip. We find a wellspring of strength and resilience we never knew we possessed. This isn't about escaping reality or indulging in feel-good fantasies. It's about tapping into the deepest truths of existence, truths that have weathered the test of time and continue to govern the unfolding of life itself. So let us begin our exploration with the silent giants that have stood witness to centuries of human struggle and triumph, the trees. Imagine standing before an ancient redwood, its trunk wider than a car, its canopy reaching hundreds of feet into the sky. Feel the rough bark beneath your fingers, each ridge and furrow a testament to years of slow, steady growth. In a world obsessed with instant results and overnight success, trees offer us a profound lesson in the power of patience. Consider for a moment the journey of that mighty redwood. It began as a tiny seed, no bigger than a grain of rice. For years it grew imperceptibly, adding ring after ring, slowly but inexorably reaching towards the light. There were no shortcuts, no growth hacks, no magic formulas, just the steady application of effort, day after day, year after year, decade after decade. How many of us give up on our dreams because we don't see immediate results? How often do we abandon our goals at the first sign of adversity? Trees remind us that true growth, the kind that stands the test of time, requires patience and persistence. They teach us to trust in the process, to keep pushing forward even when progress seems slow or invisible. But patience doesn't mean passivity, and this is where we turn to our next teacher, the wind. Watch how it shapes the landscape, bending trees, sculpting sand dunes, and carrying seeds to new horizons. The wind embodies the delicate balance between consistency and adaptability. It has a direction, a purpose, but it's not rigid or inflexible. It flows around obstacles, finds new paths, and keeps moving forward. In our lives, we often cling to rigid plans and expectations, believing that deviation equals failure. But nature shows us a different way. The wind doesn't fight against immovable objects. It simply changes course and continues its journey. This lesson is crucial for anyone who has ever felt stuck or defeated by life's inevitable setbacks. Imagine if you could approach your goals with the persistence of the wind, always moving forward, but willing to adjust your course as needed. How might your life change if you stopped seeing obstacles as roadblocks and started seeing them as invitations to find a new path? Now let's turn our attention to the vibrant tapestry of a wildflower meadow. Each blossom is a burst of color and life, yet not all flowers bloom at the same time. Some burst forth in spring, others wait for the heat of summer, while still others save their display for autumn. This natural rhythm teaches us a crucial lesson about the ebb and flow of our own lives. In our achievement-driven culture, we often feel pressured to be on all the time, constantly producing and performing. We berate ourselves for periods of low energy or creativity, seeing them as failures rather than necessary parts of our personal cycle. But nature shows us a different way. There are seasons for growth, seasons for blooming, and seasons for rest, and all are equally important. Embracing this natural cycle allows us to avoid burnout and cultivate sustainable success. It gives us permission to have fallow periods, knowing that important work is happening beneath the surface, even when it's not visible. How might your relationship with yourself change if you honored your own natural rhythms instead of fighting against them? From the meadow, our journey takes us to the vast expanse of the ocean. Stand at the shore and observe its dual nature. One moment, the surface is a mirror of tranquility, reflecting the sky above. The next, waves crash against the rocks with tremendous force. The ocean embodies a powerful truth that many of us struggle to accept. You can be both calm and chaos, gentle and strong. Too often we try to fit ourselves into narrow, one-dimensional identities. We're either the tough one or the sensitive one. We believe we must choose between being assertive or compassionate, logical or creative. But the ocean shows us that true power lies in embracing our multifaceted nature. Imagine the freedom that comes from knowing you don't have to choose. You can be fierce in pursuit of your goals and gentle in your self-care. You can be a pillar of strength for others and still allow yourself moments of vulnerability. By integrating all aspects of your personality, you become more whole, more authentic, and ultimately more effective in navigating life's challenges. As we contemplate the ocean's depths, let's turn our gaze upward to the ever-changing canvas of the sky. Watch as clouds gather, heavy with moisture. They darken, swell, and finally release their burden in a life-giving rain. Here, nature offers us perhaps its most challenging and transformative lesson. When things get too heavy, it is time to release. In our lives, we often cling to things that no longer serve us. Outdated beliefs, toxic relationships, unfulfilling careers. We hold on to grudges, regrets, and past hurts as if they were precious possessions, rather than burdens weighing us down. We fear the unknown, preferring the comfort of the familiar even when it causes us pain. But the clouds show us that release is not an end, but a beginning. After the rain, the sky clears, making way for new possibilities. What might you achieve if you had the courage to let go of what's holding you back? How much lighter might you feel if you released the emotional baggage you've been carrying? This lesson of release is not about denial or avoidance. It's about having the wisdom to recognize when something has served its purpose and the courage to make space for new growth. It's about trusting that, like the clouds, you have an infinite capacity for renewal. As day turns to night, we're greeted by our final teacher, the vast expanse of the starry sky. In the inky blackness between pinpoints of light, we discover a counterintuitive truth. Darkness is needed to see the light. This simple fact of astronomy holds profound implications for our lives. Often we run from challenges, difficulties, and periods of uncertainty. We see them as obstacles to be overcome or problems to be solved. But what if these dark times are precisely what allow our inner light to shine brightest? Think of how a diamond's brilliance is enhanced by the dark velvet it rests upon. In the same way, our strengths, resilience, and true character often emerge most clearly against the backdrop of adversity. The darkness doesn't diminish our light, it provides the contrast necessary for it to be seen. This perspective offers a radical reframe of life's challenges. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we recognize that we are the unfolding of these events themselves. The question becomes, how am I evolving through this experience? It doesn't make difficult times easy, but it reveals them as integral parts of our growth, as natural as a tree's roots growing deeper during a drought. As we conclude our journey, let's shed the illusion that we've been mere observers. We haven't been learning lessons from nature. We've been remembering who we truly are. The patience of trees, the adaptability of wind, the cycles of flowers, the duality of oceans, the release of clouds, and the necessity of darkness. These aren't external examples to follow. They are expressions of our own essence, aspects of our true nature that we've forgotten in the chaos of modern life. We're not striving to achieve some idealized state of harmony with nature. We're stripping away the artificial constructs that have made us forget we are nature itself. By embracing these timeless truths, we're remembering that we are existence itself, expressing itself in human form. We're not learning to flow with the currents of change. We are those currents. The power of this realization lies in its lived experience. How will you express your true nature in daily life? Perhaps you'll stand firm in your convictions with the steadfast patience of a tree. Maybe you'll adapt to new circumstances with the fluid grace of the wind. You might honor your natural rhythms of action and rest, recognizing them as essential as the changing seasons. As you move through your day, see the world not as an environment you inhabit, but as an extension of yourself. That dandelion pushing through a crack in the sidewalk? It's an expression of your own resilience. The birds nesting on a windowsill embody your ability to create and nurture. The ever-changing sky reflects your own vast potential for transformation. So the next time you feel lost or disconnected, don't just step outside, step into yourself. Feel the patience of trees in your bones. Let the adaptability of wind flow through your decisions. Embrace your natural cycles as you would your own breath. Allow the ocean's duality to remind you of your own complexity. Release what no longer serves you with the ease of clouds releasing rain. And in your darkest moments, remember that you, like the stars, have the power to illuminate the darkness. Your journey isn't a path to be walked. It's the unfolding of your own nature, as inevitable and beautiful as the changing seasons. Embrace it with the joy of remembering who you've always been. The wisdom you seek isn't waiting to be discovered. It's waiting to be remembered, for it has been part of you all along. As this awakening ripples through you, let it flow outward. Share your rekindled connection with nature. Your remembrance could ignite another's. Together, we can reawaken a world that has forgotten its true essence. Thank you for watching. This is Ayla signing off.